question whether someone should raise their girl child or boy child in the same way has a lot of complexities. First of all, we are human beings and we need to survive. Survival is the key here. Most people raise their daughters to be frail because they are women, they need to be soft, etc. I think you can't take out a woman's femininity from her. I think it's inbuilt. Whether or not she's bodybuilder and she has muscles and all that, if you are dating that woman, you'll discover that she's a woman. She might just look built and bulked up. Survival is the major trait. For me, I would say there shouldn't be a particular pattern of training a boy child or a girl child. There should be a way of just raising a human, meaning whatever their weaknesses are, every child is unique, and whatever their strengths, you need to focus on enhancing their strengths and then training them to overcome their weaknesses. And you should study your child and note these particular points and work hard to ensure that they become better human beings by improving their strengths and helping them overcome their weaknesses. As they grow, these challenges they will continue to appear in their lives because you are empowering them to become better human beings, that whatever challenges they face in life, they'll be able to overcome. The reason why most people cannot even, after going through a traumatic situation, they can't move on is because they have no training and no guidance in it. When you are going through minimal traumas in your life, little situations, there was nobody there to teach you how to heal and forgive yourself. There is no course in class that spoke to people about trauma, like in primary school, in the young age and all that, that's facing difficult emotional issues. Because children first face difficult emotional issues. Even a baby, when a baby does not see his mom, let's say he or she wakes up from the bed, the reason they scream so loud and start crying, bros, it's a traumatic experience to them. You are aware that you're just in the next room, but to them, it feels like they are lost. And their guardian and their protector, in which they know and recognize, no longer exists at that point in time. But all of a sudden, you surface. But you notice as they grow up, as they start to understand the environment around them, they wake up, they're like, okay, probably you are just in the next room and all that. Before they will scream, it's if they wake up, get down from the bed, check the next room, check every room, and they can't find you. All of a sudden, a new traumatic experience. So this person can actually not be in this particular place, this entire environment. But there was no point that you sit down to like, don't be scared, don't be afraid. You own this world. Where a different type of conversation starts going in for them to understand the world that they're living in and understand that pain exists in this world. Pain is a constant, but it's just a signal for them to be able to rise above whatever particular situation that they're in. So we don't train our child on some of these things. We don't train our children to be focused. There's no class that teach our children to be focused. There's no class that teach our children to be disciplined. This is why children grow up to be adults and they are learning discipline from motivational speaker, learning to be focused from the motivational speaker, learning to be dedicated at something, learning to be consistent at something. There's no class teaching these children to actually excel and survive in this world. A lot of people speak against the traditional educational system that we have, and the curriculum is not sufficient because these survival mechanisms for children to grow up into proper adults do not exist. So are they teaching them some form of career in order to learn some form of vocation to build a career upon? Yes, but you need to understand that for what it is. It has been branded as something else in society. And like, okay, I'm pursuing this career. Wow, that's so cool. Look, it's just learning something. You're going to a particular building or a particular location to just learn how to do something so that somebody else can pay you for it. It's nothing too special. People attach too much, attribute too much to it. And so there's so much celebration and so much, how do I put it, effort towards the thing. Companies want services. They need people to be able to carry out some of these tasks and all that. You are being trained to go there to be able to carry out these tasks. Let your kid understand it from that particular perspective so that they are not a slave to the system. Understand that they could have multiple skills. They can, go out there and accelerate their education in that particular aspect. You can go and learn exactly what you need to learn in your university and exit and go and help manage $1 million business because that $1 million business need a manager to get specific results. You understand? And instead of just wasting time in the world, do you understand? Wasting time being emotionally unstable because you are not properly raised, as a child, you're giving too much attention or not giving enough attention and all that. But you need to understand in this world, whatever you do, there are consequences, there are advantages and disadvantages. Whether you decide to go to school or not go to school, there are advantages and disadvantages. You need to know that. Your kids need to know that. And if somebody's growing up knowing that, look, if I decide to talk to you or to go into business with you, there is a disadvantage to it. And there's an advantage to it. then every decision will always come with a balance. But people always look at the upside of things. And when the downside comes, they're like, what the hell just happened? You are not properly trained and you don't understand how the world works. As long as there's day and there's night, there's up and there's down, there's man and there's woman, there will just be one side and there must be an opposite side. Just like God exists and the devil also does.
Ladies and gentlemen,
yo, it's Sadiq, billionaire.
We got him.
So without further ado, welcome to the Sadiq Show.